Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Living Your Best Life with Suzanne Wachtel podcast. Today I wanted to talk about codependency. Many of us don't really understand what codependency actually is. When I ask people, what do you think it is? Many people think it's like a financial dependency, when you need somebody to do things for you. But this that is a form of codependency. But this codependency that I'm going to talk about today is when you give the power to other people and situations, the power of how you feel about yourself. So codependency means that when you're getting positive feedback, whether it's from a partner, a child, a boss, a teacher, a neighbor, a coworker, that you feel good about yourself. And when you feel good about yourself, it's because you've been fed that energy from somebody else. The goal today is to teach each and every one of you that want to take their power back and control how they feel about themselves without depending on anybody, good or bad, to give you the feedback, to feel good about yourself or bad about yourself in that matter. So once you realize that codependency is if someone likes you, you feel liked. If somebody gives you a compliment, you feel beautiful. If somebody says to you, good job, you don't have the ability to feel that way about yourself. So you're always looking for other people to do it for you. Now, the danger in that is that if you get negative feedback, there's jealous people in the world, there's angry people, there's resentful people, there's people that are going through their own trauma, journey, anger. And if you're looking for positive feedback from everybody, you may get very negative feedback. They may be projecting their situation onto you. They may insult you. They may put you down. That's called zapping, to elevate them. And then you walk away wounded and sad and depressed. So that is giving people way too much power. So I want you to take a few breaths, sit quietly, and really think. Let's start with 3 breaths. 1, audible sigh. Let your shoulders relax. Another deep breath. Hold it. Let it out. 1 more clearing breath. Deep breath in. Now, I want you to imagine that you're an Etch-a-Sketch and we've cleared the screen of any noise, anybody's thoughts and feelings except yourself. In fact, if you have a mirror handy or you're near a mirror, I'd like you to either pull it out or walk over to your mirror, perhaps in your bathroom, perhaps in your hallway. And I want you to look into your eyes and to see a beautiful person. When you look into your own eyes, and that's not to see what imperfections you're noticing, like a spot here or a pimple there. It's to really look into your eyes with love, unconditional love. And if you don't have a mirror, I just want you to close your eyes and tell yourself you are wonderful. You're doing a great job. You're beautiful. You're smart. I am loved. To bring it to the I am. I am loved. I am wonderful. I am trying. I am a good person. I work hard. I care about myself. I care about others. I'm kind. I'm attractive. I love myself. I love my body. Thank you, body. as we've talked about in other podcasts. Notice your body. Notice how it does everything for you, including each breath. It just comes. And therefore you live. How grateful, how beautiful that is. I am so blessed. And then I want you to think about what you're grateful for. I'm grateful that I took a breath. I'm grateful that I have love in my life. I'm grateful that I can see. I'm grateful that I'm trying. I'm grateful for the self-love. I'm grateful for Suzanne's podcasts. I'm joking there, but I want you to really think about how you can, and I know they say you have to love yourself before you love anyone else. It's really true. If you don't take the time, it could take you 1 moment a day, 5 minutes a day, to shut down your eyes or look into your eyes in the mirror and start to appreciate yourself. Start to love yourself. Start to say kind things to yourself. Instead of looking at yourself, thinking about yourself, and finding the flaws and self-loathing yourself, I want you from today forward to be forbidden to do that. And when you catch yourself, because it's an old habit, I want you to imagine a big stop sign to stop it and go back to what's wonderful about yourself. Even if it's just the color of your nails today. If it's the way your hair turned out today, a good hair day. And even a bad hair day. It's wonderful that you have hair. So I love myself. I don't need anybody's approval. I don't need people to tell me that I'm lovable and great, because that's giving other people the power of how I feel about myself. And once you know that you're really great and you can tap into love, your own personal love for yourself, you don't need to be codependent anymore. That's why I named this podcast Codependent No More. So codependent means that if you're walking into, let's say, a store, and there's a nasty woman there who, for whatever reason, and she says, "Lady, what are you putting that on for? You look bad." And you feel shame and you feel terrible. Or your boss criticizes you and you feel like a loser, stupid. Or your husband's cranky and he hates the meal you made and you feel like, oh, I'm a terrible cook. Or your children are disappointed that you didn't get them something they wanted and now you're a terrible parent. Or your mother is disappointed you can't take her to an appointment and now you fall short as a daughter. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. But once you know that you are lovable, and once you know that you are valuable, and once you become detached and not dependent on others for the way you feel about yourself, you win. You win. No matter what happens, you know that you're okay. And if you make a mistake, you can be aware of that and correct it and forgive yourself. And figure out what you learned from it. That's part of the forgiveness podcast. Nothing is a terrible mistake, because if it is, then you learned from it, then it was a learning lesson. So the theme of this podcast today of Codependent No More means to be aware of what codependent means, right? Relying on other people's feedback to determine how you feel about yourself in every way, and to cut it off and stop it. And to start to figure out how you want to feel about yourself. If you notice that you put yourself down, you're not tall enough, you're fat, too thin, too short, too tall, stop it and start to compliment yourself. You're beautiful. Look at those eyes. Look at that. Look what a wonderful person you are. You're just beautiful inside and out. And continue complimenting yourself. It's not self-centered. It's not narcissistic. It's not egocentric. It is healthy. It's self-love and awareness. And it's super important if you want to show up in the world independent, strong, confident, not cocky, confident, and feeling loved. You will show up to the world as a much happier, peaceful, more fulfilled person. So please. Also, I have to say that Joel Osteen, his channel, and I'm Jewish, but I love listening to him. He also does a talk about not letting people determine who you are. To start to love yourself and to self-love, not self-loathe, and the world will be much easier to manage. So on that note, I love myself today. I am proud of myself. Please love yourself today and be proud of yourself. I've added at the end of each podcast now a little questionnaire for your feedback. I would love to know if this was helpful. I would love to know if any of these comments, or strategies will be implemented into your life, if this has been an issue for you or not. And if you have any suggestions for future podcasts, for things that you're struggling with, I'd be very open to hearing your opinions because you matter. Anyway, have a beautiful day, and please take a moment or few or many to just think about yourself and be proud of all of your accomplishments and forgive yourself for anything you've done that you're not proud of and move forward. Okay? All right. Have a beautiful day, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.